Welcome back to Tran Wins Bastard Bonds. Today is July 17th, 2016. It is a little after 2 p.m. My family is still out shopping. They're on their way back, though. There's just enough time to maybe sneak in a few maps of Bastard Bonds. Let's see, first, I think I will want to go to the secret bunker in order to pick up a lens for magic casting. The woodcutter's trail is great if I want more labor, but I've got plenty of space right now and plenty of manpower. Now I will, of course, want more, but right now I only need as much band space as it takes to get more people or more unique characters. So this is me zooming out so I can get my thumbnail for this episode. So what I've done is I kind of looked at all the areas I could go to before starting this session, and then, yes, I'm very boring, but then I looked at the guide and plotted out kind of a rough idea of how I want to play this. I can see that there's an enemy right there on my minimap, but it's important to pay attention to the minimap to see where the doors are. Let's go and rush in here. If I uncover anybody else, I'm not that worried about it, because they generally come in on the next turn. Now, I have plenty of items on my body right now, so I could have just as easily returned to base, but I've got 2 porters, and there's only 2 items here that, at the moment. Not counting anything that might get dropped from these enemies here. Like right now, he is kind of worried. A butcher, and we've looked at this before, he can drop the smoke. Or if I kill him, he'll drop a toad obsidian, but if I ransom him, he'll drop a smoked tenderloin. However, I can also try to recruit him in my party. Let's just go and kill him. Now this place would also be decent for capturing as a stronghold. Yeah, I kinda thought he might have magic. I wanted to get my people in position before I ran around the corner. So what are these? Hermits and whelks. Let me take a look real fast. Okay, so if I get the Hermit to ransom, he'll drop a diamond. And if I get the Whelk to ransom, he'll drop an emerald ring. So let's see what we can do about lowering their hit points without killing them outright. Again, if I kill them outright, that's fine. I'll always have plenty more opportunities to find these things. Now, if you want to mess with a guy, what you'll do is you drop him down to below 1 heart, where they'll have the bleeding animation. That butcher I fought had 1 heart, and now he's dead. The Whelk is dead. The butcher I fought had 1 heart. Huh, why isn't he equipped as a torch? It must have been when I got disarmed, I must have forgot to actually equip it. Would have been nice if I had equipped it so you could see what was going on. Inside the chest is a collection of badly spoiled provisions. You do, however, find an unopened bottle of wine that should be safe to consume. The water is stagnant and murky, but you catch sight of something at the bottom. Oh yes, and speaking of loot, I do need to head back and claim the loot from the burnt coven. And that should be it for this place. So let's go ahead and head on back and dump all these extra goods. So now I can cast black magic. Wow, that wasn't much experience at all. Are we sure that this is on leader? Let's see, level 14. Alright. I'm gonna check, it's probably gonna say it, but I'm gonna toggle it on and off. was thinking about hesitating and canceling the save. So let's go ahead and quit the title. It's gonna tell me that's on leader, but I'm gonna toggle it on and off, and maybe it's just like not registering correctly. Okay, that's what happens if you click it twice real fast. So if you click off, I'm gonna try 3 times real fast then. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was 4. Yeah, so there's that issue. Not a big issue, just something to note. I've noticed that the game maker has been really active in Let's Players of the game, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to select band for the moment, and then I'm going to switch it back to leader. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and load the game and redo that map. So Bunker level 21. Yeah, I don't... Okay, so that is a thing. Alright, so yeah. So I guess after a patch it defaults to banned or something, I think? Maybe? I don't know. That's the only reason I can think of. So let's go ahead and redo that mission, and I may keep the old version, I don't know. So let's see if I can get any ransoms this time. There we go. So he is bleeding now. So let's defend until he starts to hesitate. And I have pretty much as many times as I want to try to get him to join my team. So I don't want the Tenderloin, I'm going to try to recruit him. So I've got a new dude. Since it looks like I get 10% XP, I think. Like, I'm at 30, and I've only killed the Boggart and the Crone. I'm assuming I get XP for him. So this is already going better. And perhaps he was bleeding before, but I just wasn't patient enough to wait to see. So at this point, if I wanted a Tenderloin, I could. So why don't I just go ahead and do it just so I can demonstrate what I think can happen. I don't know for sure it does happen, but I think it can. Now, I think I'd rather have the Toad Obsidian, but let's try to ransom. You overstep your bounds. So if I remember right, enemies have been able to hesitate more than once in a battle. Now, I don't know if they have hesitated more than once after you've failed to negotiate with them, however. I'm not sure I've noticed that. So I'm gonna kind of wait a little bit to see if that happens, if that's a thing. Maybe it's not, because it's been a while. The next time he fumbles, I'll just kill him. He doesn't seem to get Daredevil bonus from maxing out his risk. Alright, so it looks like maybe you can't just keep doing it. I thought you could. I was kind of planned out that maybe you could, but I guess it's not actually a thing. We'll see. In the future, maybe I'll turn out to be wrong about that. No, that's not bleeding. I thought he was. That was just an animation of the attack. So he's at 1 heart now. Just necessarily see any bleeding popping out of him. So I might have to hit him a little bit more. No, there we go. There's one. Alright, so I got a diamond out of that. Good. Now you need 1 gem of every there we go. You need 1 gem of every flavor for a quest. It's in one of the areas I've already unlocked. Alright, now he's down to 1 heart. I'm assuming maybe 1 heart is instantly in bleeding mode. Another way to do this is to poison your enemies. Poison, I believe, should not be able to kill them. Do I need to smack you again? There we go. So we'll negotiate. Oh, that's right, I can't communicate with it. Forget, that's a thing. Alright. If I had killed him, I would have gotten a plank shield, but because I failed at negotiating, he escapes, so I don't actually get a shield for this. Still, this mission was better than the last one, especially if I get the plus 21 XP, or 21 levels of XP. So that must account for all the discrepancies I was facing earlier. Maybe I just need to do that every time I start the game or something, I don't know. Alright, that's everything. I've got my lens, that was really all I came here for. I also got a diamond out of this mission. So yeah, this is the kind of XP I should be looking for, and if I had gotten that much XP on Uneasy Grave, if I'd gotten the proper amount of XP, would have been fantastic. Don't remember if there was anything specific I was building them towards. If I put 1 point on each of these, I would effectively be able to do any challenge carrying Bato in with me. So it might be worth considering putting another point in, putting 1 point in thwart. But if I did that, I would lose 122 labor, essentially. Which isn't too big a deal considering I can always bring in, it's not too big a deal either way, because I can always bring in someone with thwart. Or I can always have more laborers, because that's how my XCOM army is. Let's just keep going for now. Maybe I'll get fortune and get down to Earth or something. I need to get him all the way over there. Ouch. So this guy can handle my thwart challenges, essentially. Not very well, but he can do it. Now, because he's neutral, he would be a great idea, or a great character for putting points in all of these, because he would get, basically, remember, this is utility score squared for neutral. That is, every alignment gets a different amount of manpower. Let's go and try to get him up to mind speak then. I mean, that's I guess. I don't think it matters too much right now. Alright, so that was much better than before. So this was a level 21 area now that I properly configured the game, I guess. I think it was a tiny force clearing that got the explosion. So this is kind of what I've been waiting for. Let's go and save on my new one right there. So if you're just tuning in, my XCOM army are my custom characters. You can build bonds with your allies by talking with them regularly. I think you just need to talk to them once after every level. Custom characters have a preset script that they read from depending on what kind of mood they're in, such as insane or timid. Basically, whatever their behavior is when you escape from the dungeon is a kind of personality you can give them. Wonder if I have a blacksmith. I do not. It would cost me 2,500 manpower to get a blacksmith. Guess let's do it. I'll need one for after this next mission anyways. Goody. That night, Moru comes to see you.
I'm gonna keep this short, but I've got something to say. How I got here. I killed a man who ran his mouth. I'm not sorry, I'd do it again. Killing him made me realize what a stupid joke it was for me to follow all those rules for so long. Everything felt like it was made of paper. I could hardly wait to get away from all that bullshit. Life here is real. You work for what you have, and if you don't pull your weight, you die. It's simple, and I like it that way. Nothing pisses me off more than being disrespected, and the fact that I haven't buried an axe in you yet speaks to how you've treated me. I think you're someone who gets it, and I appreciate that. Anytime you need me, I'll have your back.
An item has been added to your Stronghold inventory. So at this point, if I wanted to not dismiss her, I wanted to put her in the in my party reserves, I could replace her with someone I haven't built up a bond with. Let's see here, what other unique characters do I have? I guess I could replace her with Greed, but I really like her abilities.